What if I told you that a $15 copper pipe, bent into a simple shape and placed over your garden, could double your harvest without fertilizer, without electricity, and without any ongoing cost? No wires, no batteries, no chemicals, just copper and soil. A Belgian agronomist named Yannick van Doorne tested this. He placed seed potatoes under a small copper pyramid for 2 days before planting. The result? Double the yield. Twice as many potatoes from the exact same seeds, same soil, same water. A Canadian farmer built a full-size pyramid greenhouse in the 1970s. He claimed 36 times more food per square foot than conventional methods. And in 1959, the Czechoslovak government granted a patent for a pyramid device that kept razor blades sharp for 111 shaves instead of just 5. No electricity, just geometry. The shape is a pyramid. The angle is 51 degrees. The material is copper. And the reason you have never heard about this? It does not require a repeat purchase. This is the electric soil secret. The story does not start with a garden. It starts in 1949 in Prague with a radio engineer named Karel Drbal. Drbal walked into the Czechoslovak patent office with something unusual, a small cardboard pyramid. His claim? If you place a dull razor blade inside this pyramid, oriented to face north, it will regain its sharpness. No electricity, no chemicals, just shape and orientation. The patent office told him to leave. He didn't. He spent years developing the theory. He argued that the pyramid shape concentrated the Earth's magnetic field in a way that restored the crystalline structure of the blade's edge. The chief patent examiner, a metallurgy specialist, took a prototype home. He tested it for 10 years. The result? 16 razor blades delivered 1,778 shaves. That is 111 shaves per blade. Without the pyramid, each blade lasted about 5. In 1959, patent number 9134 was granted. Now, here is what makes this interesting. Drbal's patent says the pyramid worked best at a specific angle, 51 degrees and 52 minutes. The exact angle of the Great Pyramid of Giza. That angle is not random. When you build a 4-sided pyramid to that slope, something extraordinary happens. The perimeter of the base divided by twice the height equals pi, 3.14159. The slant height divided by half the base length equals phi, 1.618, the golden ratio. A single structure encodes the two most fundamental constants in mathematics. No other pyramid angle does this. And here is the detail that connects it to your garden. Phi, 1.618, is the single most recurring proportion in living things. It governs the spiral of a nautilus shell, the arrangement of seeds in a sunflower, the branching pattern of trees, the proportions of the human body, even the double helix of DNA. A pyramid built to the Giza angle speaks the same mathematical language as the biology growing beneath it. But Drbal used cardboard. What happens when you build the same shape from copper, the second most conductive metal on Earth? That is what a Canadian farmer named Les Brown decided to find out. In the early 1970s, Les Brown built a full-size pyramid on his farm, 16 feet at the base, 11 feet high. Walls sloped at exactly 51 degrees. He covered 3 sides with plexiglass and used the north wall for insulation. Then he started growing food inside. The results were unlike anything he had seen in decades of farming. Cucumbers grew several inches in a single night. Tomato plants produced fruit at a rate he had never seen. He estimated his pyramid greenhouse produced 36 times more food per square foot than any conventional growing space. But it was not just the volume. Plants inside were visibly healthier, less insect damage, richer flavor. Then he discovered something else. He placed water inside the pyramid for a few days, then used it on plants outside. That water produced measurably better growth. He placed food inside. It dehydrated instead of rotting. Bananas stayed edible for weeks. Milk did not sour. A hollow shape with no power source was changing the behavior of living things. Brown published his findings in a book called The Pyramid. He shared his dimensions freely. Then he made an observation that nearly killed him. He He connected the apex of his pyramid to the ground using sheep's wool threaded between copper attachments. The energy discharged through him 20 feet. Had he used metal wire instead of wool, he believed the current would have killed him. He never experimented with pyramid electricity again. But the implication was clear. The pyramid was concentrating real, measurable energy. Les Brown used wood and plexiglass. Now imagine what happens when the same shape is built from copper and placed directly over living soil. Yannick van Doorne is a Belgian agronomist with a degree in agriculture and biotechnology. For over 15 years, he has studied electroculture, using natural electromagnetic energy to improve plant growth. In 2011, he ran a simple experiment. He took seed potatoes from the same batch. Half went under a copper pyramid for 2 days before planting. Half did not. Same soil, same water, same sunlight. The potatoes exposed to the pyramid produced double the growth and double the yield. Not 30% more, double. In workshops across Europe, Van Doorne teaches people to build these pyramids using standard hardware store pipe. His students report 40 potatoes per plant instead of the normal 5 to 10. Faster germination, less insect damage. Now, let me show you exactly how to build one. You need 3 things. Copper pipe, 1/2 inch type M copper pipe from any plumbing supply. No paint, no coating, raw copper only. The correct dimensions, the critical ratio is this. Base length times 0.952 equals edge length. For a 12-inch base, edges are 11.42 inches. For a 24-inch base, edges are 22.85 inches. Copper fittings, 90-degree elbows for the base corners. Join the 4 edges at the top with lead-free solder or a 4-way copper connector. Total material cost, under $15. Now here is what most people skip. Orientation matters. One flat side must face true north, not magnetic north. Check your local magnetic declination online. Without this alignment, the pyramid sits inert. With it, the geometry starts interacting with the Earth's magnetic field. How to use it? For seeds, place them on a wooden block or ceramic tile inside the pyramid, at about 1/3 of the total height from the base. Leave them for 2 to 3 days before planting. For garden beds, build a larger frame, 4 feet per side, and place it directly over your bed. The open frame alone will accelerate growth and reduce pests. For water, place a container inside for 48 hours, then use it to water your plants. That is the simplest version. But if you want the full system, the one that keeps working year after year, here is how it comes together. Layer 1, buried wood. Dig a trench 2 feet deep. Fill the bottom with logs and branches. Untreated hardwoods only: oak, maple, birch. No black walnut. No cedar. No pressure-treated wood. This layer holds water like a sponge and generates heat as it decomposes. Layer 2, charcoal. On top of the wood, add crushed hardwood lumped charcoal, not briquettes, before adding it. Soak the charcoal in compost tea or diluted worm castings for 48 hours. This loads it with nutrients. Uncharged charcoal will steal nutrients from your soil. Layer 3, soil. 6 to 8 inches of garden soil on top. Layer 4, the copper pyramid. Place your copper pyramid over the bed, oriented to true north. Optional, the earth battery. For even better results, add a galvanized zinc nail on one side of each plant and a small piece of copper on the other. The soil between them acts like a battery, mobilizing nutrients directly into the root zone. What you now have is a 4-layer energy system. The pyramid collects atmospheric energy from above. The buried wood generates biological electricity from below. The charcoal acts as a conductor connecting both. The soil becomes a self-feeding, self-watering organism. So why is none of this taught? In 1974, the same decade, Les Brown was growing 36 times more food in Canada. The global fertilizer industry was entering its exponential growth phase. American farmers spent $300 million on synthetic fertilizer in 1945. By 1975, that number had passed $3 billion. A copper pyramid costs $15 and lasts forever. A bag of fertilizer runs out every spring. In 1936, the British Ministry of Agriculture had a committee of scientists, including Nobel laureates, documenting huge yield gains from electrical growing methods. Every report was stamped, not for publication. The committee was dissolved. No conspiracy memo was needed. The market simply rewarded products that need to be bought again and again. Here is what I want you to remember. A $15 piece of copper pipe does not wear out. The green patina that forms on it is copper carbonate, the same protective layer on cathedral roofs that lasts for centuries. The pyramid will outlast your garden, your fence, and probably your house. The experiment is cheap. The risk is zero. The only variable left is whether you build it or scroll past. The ancient Egyptians aligned the Great Pyramid to true north with an accuracy of 1/15 of a degree. They encoded pi and phi into a single structure using nothing but stone and observation. You can achieve the same proportions with a trip to the hardware store. Every forgotten technology, from earth batteries to electroculture, eventually resurfaces because the physics never expires and the evidence never fully disappears. The proof is in the geometry. The test is in your garden. If this changed how you think about what a $15 copper pipe can do, send this to someone who grows things. The best way to unbury forgotten science is to plant it in every garden on your street. Hit subscribe for more stories like this. There's a lot more buried out there waiting to be found.